Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Why so less? Did you join and then moved out? Since I was late today. Let me see. Okay, so you can see yesterday's screen itself in this on your screen, right? Yesterday's problem that we were discussing. Can you see? One of you, please unmute and tell. Can you see yesterday's problem itself on the screen? Just a minute. You can see the steps, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. All right, so we had completed 4 steps. In the 4 steps, we started with first seeing whether this is a square matrix or not. That means number of rows and number of columns are equal or not. We started with that. In the second step, we had identified a minimum element from each of the rows, and then we have deducted that minimum element from all the other elements in the particular rows. And then in the third step, we did the same thing with the columns. Then we identified the minimum element in the columns in each of the columns, and then we had deducted that minimum element from all the other elements in that particular column, right? Then on the fourth step, we did the drawing of the horizontal and the vertical lines. So what I mentioned yesterday, that you have to draw the lines in such a way that it touches they touches all the zeros present in that modified matrix, but you have to touch all the zeros in such a way that the number of horizontal or vertical lines are the minimum possible numbers. There can be many possibilities of covering all the zeros, but you have to draw in such a way that you finish it off with the minimum number of horizontal and vertical lines. So any doubt till this one? Till the fourth step? If there is any doubt, please unmute and ask. Or if there is no doubt, that also you tell me. If there is any doubt or no doubt, is it clear? Please tell me, then I'll move ahead accordingly. Till the drawing of the vertical lines or horizontal lines, is there any doubt? No doubt?
No doubt, ma'am.
Okay, Pratiksha. All right, so let us move ahead then. So now you see, I'll take you back to the steps. See, in the fourth step, there is another part also. We did the first part yesterday. So after drawing the minimum number of lines, say let us notify it by capital N. After doing that, there can be 2 possible cases. First case is if n is equals to small n, if capital N is equals to small n, where small n is what? Small n is the order of the matrix. That means, is it 2 cross 2, 3 cross 3, or 4 cross 4? That is called the order of matrix. Okay, so we are considering a square matrix, right? So we will see what are the number of rows and columns. What is the number of rows and columns? Because both the numbers are equal. So what is the number of rows and columns? In this sum, the number of rows and columns are 5. Right. 5 jobs, 5 machines. So our order of the matrix is 5 here. Now, case 1 says if n is equals to n, where small n is the order of matrix, then an optimal assignment can be made. So make the assignment to get the required solution. Had See, in the first case, if suppose the number of drawn lines are exactly equal to the order of the matrix, then our task is done. We can make an optimal assignment now. Okay. If not so, probably it will be, most of the times it will be less than the order of the matrix. Then we will have to proceed further. Okay. So now tell me, which case has we arrived in this problem that we are solving right now? Which case have we arrived? Is it case 1 or case 2? Hopefully you have the drawn lines in your copy. See and tell me whether is it case 1 or is it case 2? Is it case 1 or is it case 2?
Ma'am, case 2.
Case 2, because here the number of drawn lines are less than the order of the matrix. What is the order of the matrix? It is 5, right? Order of the matrix, that is small n, is 5. And number of drawn lines to cover all the zeros are 4. That is capital N is 4. Hence, you write this line, okay? You write this line. Number of lines drawn to cover all the zeros, you write like this: number of lines drawn to cover all zeros is 4. Number of lines drawn to cover all zeros is 4. That is capital N equals to 4. You write like that. Number of lines drawn to cover all zeros is N equals to 4. Capital N equals to 4. Then you write the order of the matrix. The order of the matrix small n equals to 5. And order of the matrix is small n equals to 5. Then you write hence capital N less than small n. Then you write hence capital N less than small n. Hence capital N less than small n. Okay. So we are getting the second case. If it is second case, then we have to move on to step 5. What is step 5? See, step 5 is determine the smallest uncovered element in the matrix. That is, uncovered element means what? The element that has not been covered by the lines. Okay. There will be some elements still left in the matrix which were not covered by the vertical and horizontal lines. So we have to determine the smallest uncovered element from those leftover elements. Okay. Then subtract this minimum element from all uncovered elements and add the same element at the intersection of horizontal and vertical lines. You have to remember these steps quite good. Okay. See, it says you will have to identify the smallest uncovered element in the matrix. Then you have to deduct that smallest or minimum element from all the other uncovered elements. Okay, now we have nothing to do with the covered elements. So then we will deduct that minimum element from all the uncovered elements And also we'll add this minimum element where? We will have to add this minimum element at the intersection of the horizontal and vertical lines. How to do this? See, let us look at the example and find it out. So you will write this line. Now we get the second modified matrix, right? Now we get the second modified matrix. Now we get the second modified matrix by subtracting. Now we get the second modified matrix by subtracting the smallest uncovered element. Now we get the second modified matrix by subtracting the smallest uncovered element from the remaining uncovered elements. I hope you are writing. From the remaining uncovered elements and adding it to the element at the point of intersection of lines. At the point of intersection of lines. Okay, so what does it indicate? We'll have to see the last matrix now. This is the last matrix that we had discovered, right? Now see, what does this intersection of line means? Intersection of line will mean where one horizontal and one vertical line is meeting in the matrix. You have drawn the horizontal and vertical lines. Now you will have to see the points where you can see that one horizontal and one vertical line is meeting each other. So which are the numbers? Tell me. See this first matrix on your screen and tell me which are the numbers where you can see that intersection of one vertical and one horizontal lines. Tell me which are the numbers on which you can see the intersection of one horizontal and one vertical line.
0 and 4.
0 and 4. What is wrong with 7?
Yes, ma'am. 7 also.
Yeah. Yes, 7 also. Very good. So, has everyone understood? Those who are listening, I know 50% are sleeping. Those who are listening to me, is it understandable? You have to identify the numbers on which one vertical and one horizontal line are intersecting. So, at the number 7, you can see a meeting point of one horizontal and one vertical. Then on 0, that is in the first row, fourth element, you see there is a point of intersection. And also in the first row, fifth element, there is also a point of intersection. Right? Okay. Now from the uncovered element, now that we have identified the intersecting points, now we will identify the minimum element out of the uncovered elements. Which is the minimum element out of the uncovered element? Which is the minimum element out of the uncovered elements?
1, 2.
2. It is 2. There are a lot of 2's, but 2 is the minimum, so we will take 2. Okay. So what we will do with this 2? We will just prepare a new matrix. Prepare a new matrix. Make a new matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the top, and on the left hand side you write A, B, C, D and E. and then put those big third brackets. Okay, put those big third brackets. Write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the top, A, B, C, D, E at the left hand side. Now you see, now we have identified the minimum uncovered element to be 2. Now this 2 will be, first of all, we will add this 2 to the intersecting points. That is with 7, with 0, with 4, we will add this 2. Now prepare this. Now fill up those matrices that you have prepared. Just now you have drawn a new matrix, right? So fill up those rows and columns. So what will you do? The new element in the first row will be 7. 9. It was 7. Now you will add that minimum uncovered element to this number. That is, it will become 9. It will become 9. Okay? Then 0 will remain 0. Then again 0 will remain 0, because these zeros are covered elements. So we will not touch the covered elements. We will keep them as it is. And also there is no intersecting points on those two zeros. So they will be as it is. So 0 and 0. So first element was 9, then 0, 0. Then the third 0 has an intersecting point. So we will write 2 here. In place of 0, we'll write 2. Also, in the fifth element place, that was an intersecting point. So we will add 2 to this 4. I'm talking about the first row. The last element will also have an addition of 2 here, because this is an intersecting point. So we will add 2 here. So it will become 6. Next, let us fill up the first column now, because there was a drawn line in the first column, and other than 7 being the intersecting point, rest of the 4 numbers were all covered, right? So we will not touch the covered elements. We will put them as it is. So we will write 6402. Right in the first column, 6402. After 9, you write 6402. I'm talking about the first column. Okay. Now, second and third column will, from the elements of the second and third columns, uncovered ones, we will have to deduct 2 here now, because 2 is the minimum uncovered element. So we will deduct this 2 from the remaining uncovered elements. So in the second and third column, there are a lot of uncovered elements. So from all those elements, we will deduct 2. That is how in the second column, after 0, obviously 0 you have written already. After 0, we will write 4 minus 2, that is 2. Then 2 minus 2, that is 0. 2 minus 2, that is 0. Then 3 minus 2, that is 1. Then again in the third column, we will write, I'm starting from the second row, third column, because first row you have already filled up. So from the second row, third column, I'm starting. That is 5 minus 2, it will be 3. Then 3 minus 2, that will be 1. Then 5 minus 2, that will be 3. And last, 2 minus 2 will be 0. Okay. And rest of the elements will not change, since they were all covered by the vertical lines. In the fourth and fifth column, we had covered all the elements. Other than 0 and 4, nothing will change. 0 and 4 are changing because they are intersecting point. That's why we are adding the minimum uncovered element. Rest of the elements will not change. Any doubt, please ask. By the time I am taking the attendance. Any doubt in this sum, please ask, okay? Any doubt till this one? Please ask. No doubt, right? I hope you are doing the sum in your copy. Otherwise, you will not understand and also will forget. After I finish of this class, you will forget what are the things that I told. It's a very simple yet problematic steps, because one, if you forget a single step, you forget everything. You can't forget a single thing also. Like deducting that 2, don't forget to add that to the intersecting point. So those things are there. So you have to understand everything quite well. Okay. Now respond please, Abhijit. Only few are there. Let me take it from the.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Abhijit, Chatpuja holidays tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Abhishna, Anurag, Aryan, Ashish, Ashmita, Vibechna, Devrupa, Harshita, Ishika Chaudhary, Ishika Agarwal, Kajal,
Present, ma'am.
Rasak,
Yes, ma'am.
Kushi, Krijan, Mahima, Mamta, Muskan Prasad,
Ma'am.
Muskan Gupta,
Yes, ma'am.
Namrata,
Yes, ma'am.
Nidhi,
Present, ma'am.
Nitesh, Parnadeep, Pawan, Prashil, Pratiksha Chetri,
Present, ma'am.
Pratiksha Giri, Priyanka,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja,
Present, ma'am.
Rahul, Rajat, Ramkrishna, Rohit Bansal, Rohit Pandey, Sagar, Salina, Shalini, Shruti, Siddhant, Saurav,
Present, ma'am.
Shobhit, Supriya, Suraj, Swayam, Tanya, Vinit. Okay then, see you at 9:20.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.